pausing. Let's go. Hello and welcome to game number 2 for GosuLeague Division 1, Season 5, mouzsports up against KP. And I said game number 2 because game number 1 was won by KP, with mouzsports actually losing with a Magnus and Luna on their side, something that we don't see happening every day. I'm curious to see if the Magnus is going to be banned out this game, or if maybe KP is going to be able to pick it up. We have got a Wisp ban out and an Undying ban out already, but before we go jump ourselves into further inside the draft, I will have for you some extra information about these two teams, because it is mouzsports versus KP, and here you see the other results that they have gotten inside GosuLeague so far. As you can see, they have played the same amount of games. I will have the score up in a moment for every team, but they have played the same amount of games, and while Navi has won from KP and has a draw against mouzsports, those results are being pulled even again by the win against Pulse that KP had and a draw that mouzsports has against Pulse. But we do see that they still have a couple of games to play. But I personally think that we are looking at the third place decider. As you can see, the standings, Navi is on top together with Empire, also a two-way tie right now, and that could be turning into a two-way tie for the number 1 place, which will have to be fought out. They still have 2 games to be played, so those 2 games of course will be deciding also if that's indeed going to be the case. With KP and mouzsports also same amount of points. We do see a slight difference there, with 2 wins on the side of KP and 2 draws and a win on the side of mouzsports. But it is gonna be tight to see who's gonna be taking that third place. Of course, KP, they were number 2nd in the previous GosuLeague Division 1. They were tied up with Navi even, and they were in a best out of 3, and Navi eventually won from them. mouzsports came 3rd, I think, in that league matchup. But yeah, this is going to be very tricky. We're going to see how it's going to go. We're going to jump ourselves back inside the draft because it is going on. We have got ourselves a Magnus once again on the side of mouzsports, this time together with the Templar Assassin. So I think we should be expecting a Magnus solo lane again coming off for mouzsports, even though last game didn't really work out. Although at the same time, this game they are not able to pull the mid lane. So that is at least, I mean, it's a good thing and a bad thing. In this case, I consider it a good thing because actually for mouzsports in the previous game, yes, they were able to do good or better against the Queen of Pain, but she still got back up on her feet mid-game. But the Magnus actually took a lot of time to do that pooling, and that actually put him down so much. Well, I think he might have been able to get some more experience if he actually stayed on the top lane and got some farm, stayed on the solo lane and got some farm, that is. And we're gonna see also, like I said, Bedrider Bounty Hunter being banned out, Templar Assassin and Magnus on the mouzsports side, and Rubik picking up, picked up by KP again, and oh, Faceless Void picked up by mouzsports. So if there's gonna be a Sven, it's now gonna be countered. More teamfight going the way of mouzsports. So I have to say, Magnus and Faceless Void, the combination on itself is not that great. Though having said that, the playstyle of mouzsports is of course gonna be 4+1, Black farming on his Faceless Void, while the rest of the team is trying to make sure that Black can indeed farm freely. So they're gonna try to keep KP busy, and they can definitely do that if they have 4 decent heroes that can make that team fight come together without the Faceless Void. Then they will be able to have their Faceless Void farmed up so much that he will be able to take on the later game by himself. As we have got the Jakiro also picked up by KP. They also have a Darkseer, so there is a potential for team fight on KP as well. I mean, Vacuum, Macropyre, Ice Path, it is all there, but it's not going to be the same as the fight that mouz already has with our 2 team fight heroes, with the Magnus and the Faceless Void. That being said, Jakiro versus Faceless Void is actually pretty decent for the Jakiro, because Jakiro is one of those heroes that sits around the back and is just continuously waiting to throw at his Ice Path, throw at his Macropyre, just sitting in the back and doing that's it. And if you have Faceless Void, he jumps inside the battle, puts on his Chronosphere, but if Jakiro is good in his positioning, he won't be caught by that Chronosphere. He can then land an Ice Path to make sure that Faceless Void is going to be helpless within his own Chronosphere, and that means that Jakiro can buy time for his teammates to get himself out of that Chronosphere again. We've got a Chen being banned out, as well as a Broodmother banned out. Of course, there's still, well, apparently mouzsports expecting the Dark Darkseer to be going up against a Templar Assassin in the mid lane. He can of course do that, we have seen that before, and then they would still need a solo lane, so that's why we see the Broodmother being banned out, the Chen being banned out on the side of KP, expecting Magnus to be a solo off lane, Templar Assassin to be a mid lane, Faceless Void can be as a solo lane, as a dual lane, so that will leave still chance for a jungle hero in their path, unless KP wants to go for that jungle hero. Of course, there still is an Enigma in the game, and with them banning out the Enchantress, Enigma is basically the only real jungle hero still in the game. Yeah, I don't really count the Keeper of Light, though Keeper of Light can be jungling, and we have seen Kuroki doing that before. Kuroki is one of those people that just takes a hero and goes inside the jungle and starts pulling and jungling with the hero that we normally don't see doing that. So that might be something that they still are wanting to do, and then they could go for a trial with Faceless Void and then maybe a Venomancer or something like that, although they kind of need maybe some extra stuns, but we'll find out. The reason I say Venomancer is because of it can be very aggressive, the support, but it's also very defensive support. You can't really go in on that Faceless Void, and Faceless Void, of course, he wants to have his time to farm, but we shall find out. First it's going to be KP. Are they going to be picking up the Enigma or not? That's the question. Right now they already have the Darkseer, which is potentially a mid or off lane. Same thing goes for Rubik. Mid or off lane or support, or mid or support more likely. We have seen Rubik off lane before, but I don't think that's what we should be expecting. And Keeper of Light now being picked up by KP, also a hero that is potentially good at a off lane. So we have a lot of potential here for KP, as in they can do so many things with their lineup. It's quite insane there. As the Jakiro, of course, is gonna be the one that's most likely gonna be support regardless, but the rest can be doing multiple roles. So I like this lineup from KP. Also gives Mouz something to think about. How are they gonna be running their lanes? Mouz thinks, and that might not be that easy to think about, as Leshrac gets picked up as the support to support the Faceless Void. And on top of that, if you have a Sven, not a Sven, a Magnus Leshrac combination, reverse polarity, everybody together, Split Earth from Leshrac, Edict, Lightning, Nova, AoE damage, and plenty coming up from Leshrac, that should be winning a teamfight. And then Nyx Assassin, the hero that Mouse Sports has been liking to play for a while now. Nyx Assassin is going to be the support here, and is actually going to be played by Kuroki for this game. So that's going to be a trialing coming off from Mouse as well. As I'm actually kind of thinking maybe we're still going to see. Nah, we're not. Nah, it will be passed on the offlane with the Magnus. Anyway, we have a Chaos Knight being picked up by KP. They already had the Keeper of Light, and the Chaos Knight, I mean, they might not have a Leshrac or Lina combination with the Chaos Knight. Normally you have that because you then can throw out your stuns to follow up with your own stun with the Split Earth and the Lightning Strike Array to follow up on the Chaos Ball. But on the other side, on the side with the Chaos Knight and the Jakiro and the Keeper of Light, basically Chaos Knight is a very dangerous hero. Your Reality Rift, Chaos Ball, with or without a follow-up stun, which there is an Ice Path follow-up stun, there is. It is very dangerous. But the good thing about it is, if you're against him, he doesn't have that big of a mana pool. He can do that maybe twice. Once he has one clarity, so that's fine, but he is on the same lane as the Keeper of the Light, and he can just feed him mana constantly, making sure that the Chaos Knight can just throw out his combination every single time, and that will be very dangerous. But let's see who's playing what first, as we are having some talk in the chat. Apparently I'm not real. Anyway, we have got, the initiation. That is one stun going off. Then Leshrac stun still hitting. Wall Eater getting stunned by that one. Nice save by Alex. Illuminate still to go through. But that is going to be a promising start of the trial lane that we're going to see. Because we're going to have an aggressive trial lane. And boy, do I love aggressive trial lanes. So, that's the one I want to have. Wall Eater on the Chaos Knight will be the one to play that. It will be Koikfa playing the Keeper of Light. Barbar will be blocking this creep stun, as he also warded, and he is going to be playing that Jakiro. We're going to be having in the mid lane, it looks like we're going to have Armen playing the Rubik there, and he will be taking on that mid lane, going for a fast bottle by the looks of it. He actually got a bit pulled by his teammates. And on the bottom lane we have got Tsar, and he will be on that bottom lane solo, so a safe solo lane for Darkseer. I like it. And Magnus is going to have a tough time against him, because the Iron Shell will make sure that Puss has to use his mana to last it, basically. And he actually picked up Skooler as the first one. Of course, he wants to be very defensive, and also against Darkseer you kind of have to do that, because he might just try to chase you down with that Iron Shell. So that's going to be him, and that's going to be also Puss on the Magnus on the bottom lane, and the mid lane is going to be Fada taking on his Templar Assassin, of course, and which will bring us back to the top lane, the lane that we're probably going to see most of at the start of the game. It is no surprise that Black is going to be playing the Faceless Void, Kuroki on the Nyx Assassin, and Alex will be playing that Shrek, and there's a 2-second stun. I bet the follow-up. Here goes a stun from Kuroki. Illuminate hits on all three heroes, though Shrek stun also hitting up on Voider still. But it will also give a bit of the potential of the lane that this can be. I mean, the harassment comes out with Quickfire level 1 still. As soon as he's get level 2, he's got his chakra magic. We'll be able to give that Chaos Knight all the farm in the world. Another stun to go up. Another Ice Pet. Another Illuminate. Black only has 1 tango left. And he will be getting fed the salve from Kuroki right now with the Shrek already down to 2 tangos as well. So it is going to be aggression all over. Aggression is this game for KP, and I have to say I like it, and I think you like it too. I mean, who's not a fan of aggressive tri-lanes? Aggressive tri-lanes are basically, it forces the team that is running that tri-lane to be aggressive. That's why it's called aggressive tri-lane. I know, kudos to me. But that is, I mean, if they're not going to be aggressive, then what's the point of having that tri-lane there? They're of course trying to shut down the carry. Their supports need those kills, so trying to get that gold going, because they're not going to get that much gold from from the neutrals that you see here. Oh, actually they want to go in on that Ice Pet. Legend 2, Voider in some trouble there, trying to get away. He's getting blocked in though. Eats a tree. Now it's going to be safe. Impale still going to happen. The Shrek's on follow up. Hits on all 3, but the first block goes to the Jakiro. And that's going to be a 2-second setup on the face of forward. Voider still very low on HP. Self beam pop needs one more hit and will go down. Dual breath going up on the face of Void. Black is looking to go stay alive here as Shrek still dies. And now Face of Void, can he still go down? Barbara will just try to hit him with the right click, but it's not going to be enough. Not with that one backtrack up on there. But Voider now back inside this, so that is 2 for 1. First blood going towards Barbara also. And that is going to be the start of the game for KP in favor for them for sure. You mean, yes, you lost their carry, which is definitely not ideal. And they weren't able to kill off the carry of their opponent team, who actually got a kill for himself. But still, it is an encounter 2 for 1. The experience goes towards the support, which will later on help a lot, because Voider, he's not going to be out of mana anytime soon, that's for sure. He actually is level 2. And I'm quite surprised to not see him spec his point. He hasn't done that just yet. The 2 extra stats that you see here are going the way of the branches. Or are the branches' fault, basically. Wow, it's not really their fault. It sounds like it's a bad thing. Oh well, you know what I mean. The result of Ice Path. Let's check Kuroki. Is there gonna be a stun? No, Voider. Lightning going through. Trying to get the last hit. No, they have to do something, and I came in and they counterword instantly. The counterword that was countering the ward that was there. Impale going up, Shrek stun to follow up. Ice Path trying to stop everything from happening, but here comes Black also from the side. Impale still going through. Now Voider having a lot of trouble, has to run away, doesn't have boots yet. There is a time walk, and that's going to be putting slow up on Voider. One more hit to go down. Ice Path misses, and that's going to be, oh, don't block your teammate!
The temple
oh, okay, that's going to be a kill going the way of Black from the Chaos Knight. Fada coming in with that haste run as well and was able to pick up the Keeper of Light. I think that, of course, Voider would have gone down regardless, but that block, a slight block from the Keeper of Light wasn't really ideal. In the meantime, I mean, Barbara hasn't died just yet. And that is going to be mouz taking it back on this top lane. And they need to have those kind of excursions. The good thing about this is, for KP, is that our man actually got left alone for a bit. He's got 14 last hits now for 6, so we're still very far behind Fada. As you can see, 19 for 6 for him. So even with being left alone for a while, still not having the advantage here. But at least he's been able to get some more gold regardless, so that's going to be slightly in favor of him as we have a kill on the bottom lane, on the top lane again. This time it is actually the carry that drops. That's the gold blood puddle right there. That was where Black was standing when he got hit by the Illuminate. And then now there's only Kuroki left on this top lane because Shrek actually has to walk all the way back as well. Doesn't have a TP. Does have gold for a TP, but just doesn't want to use it. It's 2 scars gold. Black will TP, of course, because he can just save the gold. He can get it back with the last hit that he can get. In the meantime, Illuminate to go through. There's the stun as well. 3 seconds. Ice Pet's gonna hit as well. And it's actually gonna overlap slightly. And now they turn around. They're gonna go for it. Impale's gonna come off soon. No, it's on cooldown. And as well as having no mana. And there's still the Carapace though. The stun comes up. It's only 1 second. Can they get more Ice Path? It is only 1 hit away from dying. 14 HP. They cannot get it though. Kuroki stays alive. He will be forced back out of this lane though. He will have to walk all the way back. But it is not gonna be a kill. Which is of course what KP would have wanted to have. In the meantime, bottom lane, we haven't really checked that much, and the time that I wanted to do that was actually the time that they got a kill top, because they're gonna continue doing that constantly. But it is Puss that is level 6 right now, so we might see him trying to go for kills soon, as he doesn't have any mana yet. He's got 20 for 4 last hits, with Tsar being on 34 for 3, so very much ahead. But it's the experience that counts for the Magnus. Last hits are nice, but experience is for him nicer, and he might be trying to rotate towards the top lane when he gets his mana up, or maybe when he dies, sees that as a good opportunity to just sneak up on the top lane. If he dies, that is, because of course he doesn't want to die. Never ideal to die. And we have got a gank incoming. Or is it Rubik not getting the rune, because it is on the top lane, double damage being put up there, and it will be Father that will pick it up, and it's going to be an ice pass, locking in the face of Void, Illuminate to go through again, dual breath as well, the Shrek stun doesn't need anything, impale upon Wall Eater, who wants to try to get away, lightning going through as well, and it should be, the time walk slowing him down. Is it going to be another impale? Nice ice pad, lightning still going through, but he got 5 HP, and he's staying alive. Father not able to be there in time to help out. 5 HP Chaos Knight. Able to stay alive. Well, that was the first time he actually stayed alive during something like that. He died already twice, with Fada now coming in, looking at some of the supports, as it's going to be Koikfa that's going to be the target, but he's fast enough to get away. And that's a pause coming off from Fada, as I don't know if he's going to have to flame about communication, or if he's going to have to do something about his timing. I don't know, or it's totally unrelated on that, like, failed gank maybe. Oh well. Oh well. Go comes off again, as we have got Black, and now with of course Wallider being forced back, and also the supports being forced back, he's going to be getting some farm. He's got 15 last hits, 16 now, it's not that much. It is still also not as much as the Chaos Knight. He's got 22 for 5, but he now gets some more experience and more farm, and the good thing is, I mean, he is level 5 with Wall Eater level 4, because he already died twice, and he's actually roaming towards the bottom lane, and they want to try and take down Puss. Can they do it though? He has got his reverse polarity ready, he has got mana boots as well. He doesn't have a ward, but he apparently did notice something was going to go wrong, because he backed off all the way to the tower, knowing there were heroes missing from the map, and that is just of course the situation that as a solo offlane you're going to be extra careful about. Now the supports come back again. Well, with supports also in the darks here, it looks like KP kind of gave up on their tri-lane. They need more farm up on their Chaos Knight, basically. Yes, they killed off at least Black at least once, but they also gave him 2 kills, and they gave him a lot of experience, and he's now level 6, so that's not going to be a good situation for Warrior to be in anymore. So he rotated, and he's going to be here from now on, because we still have, of course, Akiro hanging around on the top lane, so he's going to be helping out Taro there on this darks here. We still have, of course, the where is he? There, the Keeper of Light. He's also going to be going towards the top lane, and it's going to be, well, trying to push the lane back, making sure that he's not going to be able to do anything there. But oh, haste rune for Fada again. This is going to be very dangerous with the double damage rune activated as well, and he's going towards the top lane. Activates the haste rune, looking for blood trap going off. Can he get it? He's too trigger happy, really, and he's going top lane instead, bottom lane instead. There is a ward here up for the Radiant side, so they realize he's not gone just yet, but it looks like Wall Eater. Is he gonna be safe? Is he gonna be careful? Looks like he is. Or no, he's not. And Fana actually going back towards the mid lane with a detour then. Okay. Realized that kind of wasn't the right strategy to go with. Of course, I mean, Wall Eater went back a bit, and maybe they figured they saw something, but he was just trying to block the creeps. As the shockwave goes through here. Pass wants to go maybe for a fast blink dagger. This game, last game didn't really work out all that good. But let's take a quick look at the gold graph. It's still very even. 3 for 3 kills. Yes, the tri-lane didn't really work out for Warrior, but hey, it still were a couple of kills going the way of them, and of course also the first blood going the way of the KP. Illuminate to go through. Gonna clear out the last creep that was there with the iron shell. But yeah, this time is the Faceless Voice time, free time, farm time, and he's actually already thrown up on net worth. As you can see, it is the Chaos Knight that's very low there. He's actually lower than the solo off lane for mouse sports, which is not that good. Of course, it's going to be the Darks here that was also on the solo lane, who is almost on par with the mid from mouse sports, but it is still not the way that you want to be seeing, and he's now actually ahead of the mid of mouse sports. Are doing an amazing job, and he's going to go for a fast mechanism here. Only needs the recipe. So that's fairly close by. As we have the middle lane. I mean, our man, he hasn't been really that much of an impact in the game. He is also not really one mid in that sense. He has got 34 last hits for 8, so it's not doing that bad. But the Templar Assassin being on 58 for 15 I mean, there's no doubt that he won the mid lane for sure. I mean, he might not be able to kill off Arman, who actually has his own trap right now. He's gonna pop it soon as well, can he? No, no. Telekinesis, Fada, Fade, Bolt, no refraction, and he dies! Rubik gets the kill. Okay, so everything I just said, hereby Rubik has won his mid lane in a way. As he also got the double damage when he actually stole the refraction, so that is that. And of course, if the Templar Assassin would have had refraction, then the Iron Shell would have been there to make sure that refraction wasn't there anymore. So a good kill regardless for KP. As right now, main worry that they should be having is the team fight potential for Mouseport. It is the Chronosphere and the reverse polarity that is going to be their trouble. In the meantime, Magnus hasn't left his lane yet. Might only be doing that when he gets his Blink Dagger as Kuroki pops his Spike Carapace. We'll be able to harass Armen with that, but that's the Chronosphere. The Shrek stun lands into Lightning going through as well. Oh! Nice cooler guy, yeah, okay, Illuminate goes through, actually does a lot of damage, that's the reverse polarity! It still picks up the Darkseer, but Rubik, Armen, gets a double kill with picking up the Phase's Void! This is not good, now Kuroki, Carapace will slow Armen down, will be able to catch up with him, he does have Phase Boots with no Phase Boots up on Kuroki, Salve's being used, trying to chase him down. Maybe gonna be able to chase down Puss, he has mana for Telekinesis if he wants to, maybe throwing up on the high ground if he's lucky, but he turns around. But wow! It was a Chronosphere on 2, on the Rubik and on the Darkseer. They didn't die instantly. Lightning on the Shrek Stun still went off. And then in came Puss. I'm not sure what he was thinking, but he was skewering inside the Chronosphere. So basically that spell was entirely wasted. As if he waited for a bit longer and done it afterwards, that would have been good. But this way, not that good. And then the refraction upon Rubik helped him stay alive, and they were actually able to pick off 2 heroes of their own. And that is just so important right now. It's on the bottom lane. We have a tower getting picked up. Wooliter picking up the gold for that one. Melt damage will clear out the Jakiro though. Wooliter should be able to get away unless there's going to be another Impale. 2 seconds for that one. He's trying to look for a trap so hit. Trying to juke it. Can he juke it? Impale no longer in range. So he will be able to stay alive for now. Level 7 on his bottom lane. And Sorrow, Leander goal away from his mechanism. Interesting, well, he's actually not as fast anymore as I thought he would be. Of course he is, he just died, so I don't hold him against him. But that is, that is gonna be, still, yeah, well, that makes no sense what I just said. Anyway, sorry, slightly distracted. 1700 gold up on the Keeper of the Light. Kinda curious to see what he's gonna go for next, because Keeper of the Lights normally are the ones to get the mechanism, because they're one of those supports that's just getting gold very fast. So they would be able to get that mechanism up fairly fast. But now with also with the Darkseer there, he will probably do that. Illuminate will still hit on black, doing actually a lot of damage. No backtrack for him, unfortunately for him. And here comes Kuroki from the side. Are they looking to try and get a kill off? It might be, because we have got a fairly aggressive trial line again. This time not with the Chaos Knight, because Chaos Knight has just been taking over that free farming world bottom, and that's the mechanism complete. The Chaos Knight is having a good time here, getting his farm up. He needs that too, because he just wasn't getting the time earlier on. But it's still a Trilon on the top lane, trying to shut down Black as much as they can, though Black now still highest up on net worth for his team. Not as much maybe as Tar or as Armen, but still doing a good job. As we have Templar Assassin, actually she should be high up on there as well. She is actually highest, but she had a Blink Dagger in the courier, which is now up on herself, so she will have that, which will mean that we will see a lot more kills coming up from there, and this time no field ganks anymore coming off from Fada, because she can just blink in and just takes the fight whenever she wants to. Picks up a sentry ward there for the Jakiro to try and stop maybe Kuroki, who's now level 6, so I like this. I like this a lot. Illuminate will still go through. Oh, nice Carapace, nice. There's the Impale. Let's Shrek Stun to follow up. Vacuum there as well. Here comes the Chronosphere. Jakiro's gonna be the first one to die. And now actually they back off. Trap still lands. Here comes Fada. Male damage going through. Going for staying alive for now. Mechanism being used, but it's not gonna be enough. And that's the reverse polarity. And the Impale. And the damage. And the kills. It is 4 dead on the top lane. And the only one that stayed alive on KP is the one that wasn't there, which is the Chaos Knight, who actually used his Phantasm to farm. Which is interesting. And no deaths of our mouse apart from the Shrek, of course. I mean, Kuroki was so low. He has to still go back to base to heal up, and I mean that's gonna cost time. We have actually got to disconnect from Puss, so we will have a pause. But that was a good fight for Mousesports, and the perfect combination. There was first the reverse, first of course the Chronosphere, able to pick up that Jakiro. Then Fada came in from the back, and the reverse polarity still picked up every remaining hero that was there, and it was just it was perfect, picking up all 4 heroes on the way. But that is that's gonna be them turning it around, or at least turning this around, because the gold graph was of course in favor of KP. They were getting ahead. They also got that tower gold already, because the towers are in favor of KP. One tower only, but still. But yeah, they are now going down again due to that last team fight. We're gonna see it more clearly in the experience graph, because that was still fairly even, with the lanes of course being distributed even as 3 for 3, 1 for 1, 1 for 1, and that just made it all spike down hard towards that 4K of 3.5K rather in favor of mouse sports, as we're still waiting for Pass to come back. Didn't really say what anybody was saying. No, nobody says anything. Oh, there's the go. He has reconnected back in though. He is himself again in the go, so we'll be having the game continuing, as Magnus still doesn't have his blink dagger, but apparently last fight did not need it. And if we saw past last game, I mean, he's having so much of a better game than he had last game. It's incredible. As TA now picking up the tower in the mid lane, so the gold graph will indeed be stacking even more down. We'll be going towards below that 0 line in favor of mouse sports. In the meantime, Wally though, he is still farming, and he is slowly but steadily getting better, getting ahead. And he's now going towards the top lane. Might be trying to go for a kill here up on black. They kind of need to try and shut him down. He's level 10 though. Level 10 on that on that Faceless Void rather. We have level 60 on the Jakiro. It is a Chaos Knight that's level 9, level 8 rather. And if you look at the levels, it is only the Rubik that is high up there also. And there he goes. There's a stun. Reality Rift in 4 seconds stun of all stuns that you can have. 4 seconds is the best, and that's of course lucky for Voider, and he gets a kill with that as well, and they will be able to get the tier 1 tower. So that will towers be even again, and Voider again. He did it on the bottom lane, he does it on the top lane, he picks up the gold for the tower, so more gold going the way of the carry of KP. Are they gonna continue going and try to force something out? In the meantime, we have a Vendetta up on Kuroki, who's gonna land it, gonna have an impale, there's a blink in, there's a melt damage, it's a clean kill. And Fada picking it up. Shrek coming in to see and check what that's all about, but he is going to be forced back towards the top lane because the tower fortification has gone on. There is a ward up here also for the Radiant team. They want to make sure that they know when they're coming, when their opponents are coming for them. They're coming, but they're looking for a fight. They actually want to fight. Reality Rift into low ground. There's a stun as well. 2 seconds. Alex is going to be the first one to drop. That's a Reality Rift up on, a Chronosphere up on 3 melt damage. Will pick up the Keeper of the Light. Is there going to be more vacuum in? And there is also a Reverse Polarity soon. Maybe, no, not. 2 seconds stun up on Faceless Void. Reverse Polarity actually already used. That is going to be TA picking up Jakiro on the side. Now Wally, they're going to try to get away from that one. Won't be able to do so. And this looks to be like it's going to be a team wipe in the team fight. It's not really a team wipe, but I mean, if we consider our men dying in the mid lane, I think we can combine that. So that's going to be a team wipe in favor of mouse sports. Again, that team fight is just insane. And it was, and I mean, last time was the perfect initiation, right? I mean, you had got everything going for them. You had got the reverse polarity at the perfect time, the Chronosphere, everything. Of course, it was only 4 heroes then. Well, I guess this game was on 4 heroes. But this time it was actually split out. Because the Chaos Knight was well, Reality Rift to the low ground. And he left his team alone, and that was mostly, of course, the supports. Basically, only supports, apart from the Darkseer, were still able to do something. But it is, that was not ideal at all, and the reverse polarity still came, but after that, I think without it, they would have won the fight regardless. It was just not a good fight for KP, as they were spread out, and it is not ideal, as we have a TeamSpeak problem on KP. Before they have it fixed, we have to wait. Does that make sense? I hope it does. We have got the 4-star up on the Rubik, maybe trying to be in a bit more fights. I mean, really, Rubik, we have not really seen that much of him. He has been in 4 out of 9 kills, which is definitely not bad. He has picked up kills as well, but in those kind of team fights, he needs to be playing a vital role, because, I mean, if you look at mouse sports, what can you steal that you want to have? Skewer, Shockwave, Reverse Polarity, Impale, the Shrek stun, and the Shrek Lightning even also. There's just so much that is worth stealing. You can't really not steal anything bad from the Magnus, to be fair. Vacuum doesn't hit Fada anymore. Refraction, Traps, maybe even Chronosphere. I'm not actually saying Chronosphere as first, because yes, it's a great spell to have. Oh, Kuroki, Impale landing on Jakiro. Do they want to go on this? Telekinesis up on Kuroki. He has got his Carapace on though. And I think the Carapace actually got stolen. Yes, it is. Mana burn up on Tsar. Tower gonna get taken down though, might be getting denied instead. Yeah, it will be getting denied. And that's gonna be a Reality Rift in, but the blink was first, and that is gonna be the stun dodged by the Vendetta. And they're gonna look for someone. Can they find someone though? The stun is up again now. Surge forward, 4-stop forward, and that's Alex. 3 seconds stun. They still want to get someone, and they will get Alex. He cannot get away. Shouldn't be able to get away. Shrek stun's still gonna hit, but it only hits on a Rubik, so that's not gonna be enough there. As we have got an invisible TA looking for someone to be picked off. Chikiro is gonna be a good target. There's too many people around there though. Maybe the Keeper of Light. Melt. 1 hit, 2 hit, and there's Search Away. Ice Pass, ledges in, Telekinesis, has Fada overextended, Blink in from Pass. He has got finally that Blink Dagger. Can he go in? He has of course got the Reverse Polarity and the Skewer, but he's taking a lot of damage from the creeps. And the creeps just kill him off. Right-clicking heroes when creeps are near you is not advisable, Pass. Have 5 heroes stay alive on KP. And 2 go down in a way on Mouse Sports if you count the Lestrak still there as well. So we have 2400 gold upon the Faceless Void, who's going for, of course, a Battle Fury first. After his Power Threads, that is. Yeah, I've got Fada completing his Desolator right now, so that will be that. He already had his Blink Dagger, and we saw for the first time the Blink Dagger off of the Magnus, but he couldn't get it off, or at least, well, he blinked. But he blinked inside an Ice Path, and then he tried to get away, and then he died, and then it didn't go well, and then he... Oh, Gem of True Sight. I like this. Darkseer having a Gem of True Sight, he will of course be able to try and find that Vendetta, find that that Nyx Assassin. On top of that is a Templar Assassin, and of course we got that Meld, which is also very annoying to deal with. So I like that they pick up a Gem of True Sight, and we saw it in the previous game, and we see it this game again. They really want that map control. They really want that map control, and it's a ward right here. We're on the high ground here. And of course they can clear out the traps now as well. Of course, traps from the Templar Assassin. But there's only oh, hey, what am I doing? I'm only encircling dire wards. Well, it's the Radiant that has the ward. Okay, so they want map control. They only have 1 ward up here. Previous game they were dire, which is why I am confused. So that's it. But anyway, it's gonna PKP. They still want map control, so that's why they pick up the Gem of a True Sight. We have got a Cloak now up also on the Darkseer, who probably wants to go for a Pipe. If he gets enough farm for that one, he should be getting that, as we have got Rubik picking up a Ogre Club. Curious to see if he's actually going to go for a BKB. I mean, there is 2 spells, 2 big ultimates for Mouse Sports that actually don't get stopped by the BKB, with the Chronosphere as well as the Reverse Polarity. So I'm curious to see if that's what he's going to go for, as we have Chaos Knight not having anything more but the drums and the Phase Boots, Power Threads rather, as we have got 1700 gold up on him, and he's gonna get a trap. He's gonna get a Phantasm right there, but there's also the Chronosphere. Impale goes through. They now know who the real one is, and they will be able to nuke him down with the Melt damage going through as well, and the Chronosphere being stolen by Rubik. But what I wanted to say earlier about why I didn't say Rubik as one of the fights teams or abilities that you wanna nice pick up by Toy, but that you wanna steal is Rubik or Faceless Void can actually move around in the Chronosphere that you steal. Nyx Assassin is going to be going down there as well. And now Keeper of Light going to have to get away. Fada turns himself to Tsar. And that's a lot of damage going through. Tsar has got a Surge, so we'll be able to use it to get away into safety, as we have Chikiro. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get away from this one. Doesn't look like it. And he indeed goes down. Black picking up the kill. And they also are going to take down a tier 1 tower right now with 3 heroes dead on KP and 2 heroes only on Mouse Sports going down. With the Lestrak and the Nyx Assassin, which are basically the 2 supports, so not really any big accomplishments.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And we have got, I mean, Chaos Knight, he's having a tough time. He did pick up his Ogre Club before dying, so he has got that one. So he might be still going for a BKB, but as we just saw, I mean, the BKB won't stop the Chronosphere, won't stop the Reverse Polarity, won't stop the massive damage going through from Templar Assassin that she has. Because that is just so much damage. It's going to be real tough for him to try and carry this game still, especially if he's also up not only against those team fights, but also the Faceless Void by himself, considered the hardest carry in the game, purely for the fact that he has a Chronosphere, but mostly, but still one of the very hard carries. It is still going to be, it is going to be tough to fight against that, as we have Lestrak going down for the, well, for the zillionth time, or not. Nah, that's not nice. But he went down again. He died 7 times actually out of the 14. Ow, ouch. But he went down to the Keeper of Light again, 2 times in a row now. As we have Roshan being taken down by Mouseport. Dual Breath going through though. Kuroki taking a lot of damage. Still Jakiro being locked inside. Reverse Polarity hits on 4. Shockwave going through. Is there going to be an Impale? Yes, there is. Hits on all 4 as well. Illuminate still to go through. vacuum in there. Chronosphere on all 5 heroes. This is not looking good for KP. There will be a blinding light trying to help out, but is it gonna be enough? Is it gonna be enough? And that is gonna be Voider dropping, and that is gonna be indeed a team wipe. Triple kill of 4 faces Void, 4 black. And that is just, I mean, it wasn't even, it was a fairly slow team fight for Mouseport. Like, they first had the reverse polarity of 4 heroes, then Kuroki came back thinking, okay, maybe I can still get an impale, and he got an impale on all 4 still. And then the reverse polarity was already gone. But then more people came in, it's like, okay, you know what, we'll fight this, we'll get a Chronosphere. And then there was a Chronosphere, and then, okay, and then everybody died, yeah. That happened. We have Magnus, he picked up the Gem of True Set that, of course, the Darkseer had before this, so that will be that one gone for them. So map control going the way of Mousesports right now. And we, of course, have also got the Aegis, which is picked up by the Templar Assassin, who is going for BKB. Should have it complete soon. But we'll see if KP can come back from this, because they have something to come back from. Gold wise, it doesn't look that bad. It is going towards a 3k in favor of Mousesports. Experience graph shows it a bit more clearly. It shows a bit more how I feel the game is going right now. We have got over 15k experience in favor of Mousesports, and they have just been taking the last couple of fights. And because of KP being fairly careful overall to try and not get caught in those team fights, they have been able to have, well, the gold difference. They have been able to keep the gold difference to a minimum. But they have to start fighting at some point. As Chaos Knight got 2100 gold. Top his inventory. We've got Tsar, almost got his pipe complete indeed. Let's see if we can find some new items there. It seems to be looking for a fight. Ghost Scepter up on the Keeper of Light, of course, the best items you can have if you're against Templar Assassin and a Faceless Void. And it's Mouse that wants to go in on this. They're gonna go in for Tsar first. Ice Bat inside the Darkseer wall. 4 seconds on up on the support Alex, who will be going down. Probably Impale still going through Blinding Light as well. Magnus already uses reverse polarity. Is now gonna get a mechanism to try and help him out, as he's also being locked inside the Chronosphere with Black just bashing on the Keeper of the Light. Keeper of Light gets 4-star forward, Aegis being popped, no hero just down on KP, I was gonna say, until actually it was the Chaos Knight that still dropped there. It is gonna be the Faceless Void that's gonna jump back into this battle, as Jakiro already died. Again, 2 down now on the side of KP, 1 down only on the side of Mousesports, with Magnus going down, but Magnus already used his reverse polarity, so he's okay with that. Trap landing on Tsar. The Surge is there up on the Rubik, so he's able to get away, maybe. Still gets slown by the time will go. Melt damage will pick him up, and that's a gem going back towards Mousesports right now, and that is godlike Fala. 4 heroes dead on the side of KP, and it will be the tier 1 tower that will be the reward for that one, as there's nobody left here. They're seemingly trying to look for the Keeper of Light, but he was already out. And that is gonna be just a game going the way, going the way of Mousesports. I mean, again, like I said, even with, I mean, again, the reverse polarity and the Chronosphere were far from optimal. But the disable coming through for Mouse is just, it's just too much. They disable everybody, and of course Chaos Knight just tunnel visioning on the support Leshrac. It's actually a bit bad probably, because he should have gone for one of those heroes, like Fada, like Black maybe, to try and take them down, or stun them, disable them, trying to take them down before they can use their abilities, maybe even before the Magnus can use his reverse polarity. But not able to do that. BKB almost complete upon the Chaos Knight. And Leshrac, I mean, there was a 4-second, we saw a 4-second stun up on Mousesports, up on Alex. And we saw the Phantasm being used on that. After that, we didn't really follow them, because, you know, there was less support taken down. But he actually didn't die. He did not die, and that is something that, if you are gonna tunnel vision on support, well, then at least kill him off, right? But nope. It looks like Mousesport's ready for another fight. They have got everything up once again, and Illuminate will try and slow them down, but there's Refraction up and nobody really gets hit by it apart from the creeps. But slowing the creeps down is actually a big thing, of course, getting that backdoor protection to help you out. But Mousesport's hanging around. The only one that's not here for the Radiant side is actually the Darkseer. It is Tsar that is still has to TP soon. Wall Eater, Trouble, Impale, follow up on the Shrek, Shockwave, so nice 4-staff. Ice Pet still locking though, And that is gonna be a Chronosphere up on 2 in the Battle Fury, making sure the 2 heroes take a lot of damage to their reverse polarity there as well, as it is the Barbar, Foifa, our man, Chaos Knight Wall Eater goes down, everybody goes down apart from that guy that just went down as well. Now the only one left alive is our man that actually bought back. But that is again the team 5 stage from Mouseport. It is insane. It is insane, really. It is just too much. And you wonder, like, oh, our man, I'm not sure. Oh, what? You're doing? He was down again. The GG being called. But you wonder, like last game, they also had the Magnus. How could they not have won that game with the Magnus and Luna? But this game, they proved that they can win with the Magnus still. And it is gonna be Mouseport taking that point here. So it's gonna be 1-1, which makes the rankings for GosuLeague all that much more exciting, because now we have tied for first place is Navi and Empire. And then after that, with the same amount of points and the same amount of games as well, is Mouseport and KP. Well, Mouseport still has to face Empire, so that will be a very important match for them. But it is 1 point for each. So that is gonna be it for today. Actually, GosuLeague today over for me. And my name is Sheever. Then yes, also, and you can support me by subscribing to my YouTube, which is youtube.com/SheeverGaming. So please do that. As we're waiting for the throne to be picked off, so before we can actually jump ourselves out of this game. By the way, if you want to follow the GosuLeague a bit more closely, and if you want to find out where I'm getting all these stats that I'm showing at the start of the screen, start of the game, etc., you can go to gosugamers.net/Dota2. And then go on the right side, and there's a link saying GosuLeague Season 5, and just click there and you'll find all your information. The standings of all the divisions, extra information about the teams, interviews that we've done, all that kind of jazz is all there, so you can find it there. Also, of course, thanks to our sponsors, Haver Media, Rockat for making this tournament possible, and Twitch TV also. There we go, the platform on which I'm streaming at. Anyway, let's jump ourselves out of the game. Thank you for watching, and well, be right back.